welcome back to my channel. I'm Elle. I'm actually here recording. I recorded a little bit of a different video for you tonight on my Poshmark setup and my sales, so I hope you enjoy the clips. Thank you. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to go over my November and October sales and listings to kind of show you comparison. So over on the right here, you can see the mouse. This is my October. I really tried listing, the right column is listings and then sales. So the right column, I had $145 in listings and $52 in sales. It was kind of a slow month. We had a lot going on in October. And then I have November here. I tried listing something every day. I didn't quite make it due to holidays and other events we had going on, but I was a lot more consistent about listing. And I actually had $376 that I've listed and $180 in sales. So as you can see, like consistently listing, it did significantly improve my sales. Hello. So it is like late at night and the kitties are actually asleep. So I can actually show you my setup that I use to photograph the clothes for Poshmark. So this is like, it's set up in my living room. I actually have, I'm going to show you a wall up here, and I've attached the sheet to the wall. And this sheet, I'll break down the cost. This sheet was from Goodwill. It was like $4.49 with 20% off. And I actually just hang it here. I have a selfie stick. Let me show you. I just hang it from the wall with, I used a hook and like a binder clip on the top of it. So I know that's not like really professional, but I need like, I need to be able to like take it up and down because it's in our living room, and the living room really does like have the best lighting of any room in the house. Because the way the afternoon sun comes in the window. So it really is like the best spot to photograph. The guest room in the office are on the front of the house and they're shaded. So we're just kind of making do with what we have. And so this was, like I said, this was $4.49. I also did get this dress like mannequin. It's styrofoam. It is fairly inexpensive. I actually got this. I had a Wayfair gift card that I got from a reward through work, and it was $50, and I think this was like $55.99, $51, $52.99, something like that on Wayfair. I paid less than $10 for it after the gift card. So if you did buy this for retail, it would be, we'll say $60, counting for inflation, because I've had it for a few years. And this was $4.49 at Goodwill. So you could just show the clothes on a hanger. You do not need this dress form, but you know, there are occasions where I've had clothes that have like little intricate straps. I think it just gives people a better visual on how the clothes look if they can see them on a dress form. Now I don't have anything to display pants, so pants are displayed on the floor. So in total, like this, you know, it's $4.49. This was $60. I have the hooks up there and the binder clips that I use to attach it to the hooks. So my total setup is less than, you know, we'll say this was 52 something plus tax. I think it was free shipping because it's over $49. So total output for me, cost for this was less than $10, but if you account for the $50 gift card, we'll say it was $60. The binder clips, I mean, you can get them you can borrow a couple from the office. Everyone has usually a couple laying around in their office that they got on papers. You can even use thumbtacks on the wall. You can even just find a white wall in your house. This wall is not plain white. That's why I needed the sheet in front of it. And I also needed it a little bit closer this way so I could get more of the light from the window. And then we usually photograph everything on our phone because it makes it easier uploading the photos right to Poshmark. So this is a setup. And then let me show you the different photographs that I usually take for Poshmark. You want, in order to sell, you're going to want at least 6 photos. They recommend a minimum of 6. And what I'm going to show you is what I would take is, this is really light too, so you can turn it really easy when you're photographing. So that is another benefit of getting this inexpensive styrofoam one versus like a more expensive one that's like heavy to move, unless you're getting like a turntable for it. So I always take a picture of the front, and that's always my cover photo because the front of the shirt is usually obviously what you see first. So it's what is going to attract most people to it. So one photo is a photo of the front. And then I always take a photo of the back. So that's 2 photos. You want to make sure you get kind of a long photo of the back so you can see like the entire back of the shirt and kind of how it falls. Like this one kind of falls low on the mannequin. So you want to make sure you kind of get the entire back. And then what I do is I always do a side view, this side. I'll do whatever side I go to first. And then I get the side view so you can always see how it looks on the side. And then because this is an area that always has like common wear or tends to get the most dirty, I always, when I'm doing this side view, I always do a close-up of that underarm. So that's 4 photographs so far. Then I always do the other side so you can see a clear picture of the other side. This one is actually still a new with tags, almost a new with tags item. There's still this in there. And so I'll do a photograph of this side too. Sometimes there's asymmetrical tops, so I always like to do a view of both sides. And then you always want to do, I also do a view of this underarm too. And I always do them right after I do each side so that you know that like you can see both underarms. So that is a total of 6 photos just right there, just for the basic view of the shirt. And then what I'll do is I'll turn it to the front. And a lot of times I'll get a view of the trim. So you want to get like how the seam is kind of showing. Or another good photo to get is if there's a unique back. I'll do a close-up of the back just like this. I will also do, if there's straps, I'll do like a close-up photograph of the strap. So right there, I mean, you're at like 10 photos right there, at least 10 or 11. A lot of times I like to try to also get one of the bottom hemline so you can see if there's like a fringe, if it's sewn, if it's a raw hemline. So that takes up a good portion of the photos. And then what I always do is if there's sleeves, sometimes I will do a close-up of the sleeve so people can see if there's like a cuff or like I'll do like a close-up of like this. So you can see how long like the cuff of the sleeve is. And then, I'm undressing this. I always take a photograph of, sorry this video is a little jumpy. It's a little hard to hold the phone and hold the camera and show you guys at the same time. And then I always take a photograph of the tag. And then if there's something on this side of the tag, I'll do this side. In this case, there's nothing. So this way you get a photo of the brand tag and the size. That way, if people want to check authenticity or, just verify the tag, you can sometimes tell if a garment is like vintage by the style of the tag that is changed. And then on the inside, kind of lower in your garment, most garments also have a care and materials tag. Now, sometimes that tag is up top with there, but on a lot of nicer garments, it is down here. So I always usually get I look for, okay, here's the, on this side, it's viscose. So I get a picture of this, and then I also get a picture of the other side of the tag, especially if there's cleaning instructions on there. And this one is dry clean only, but it's viscose. So if you wash it, hand wash in cold water, you're fine. Those are the photos that I always get. That's my setup for right now. So again, just to show you don't need a lot of money to start selling on Poshmark. I'm going to reset this later. It's kind of a pain to get on and off. So that is my setup. So hopefully you enjoyed this little peek into kind of selling on Poshmark on a budget.